Hi Year 10. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Flourish. So Flourish is a website to create graphs. Now, you may have created graphs before in Excel. On Excel, graphing is quite difficult in my opinion, and it's also different depending on what type of computer you're using. It's a different from Mac to Windows. So to make it easier and also to create graphs that are way easier to create and they just look a lot better and they can be more complex, we use this website called Flourish. So, looking at today's lesson, you will see that there are a few different things you can create on Flourish. Population pyramid, a climate graph, you could graph people of unhealthy lungs, you have to use ABS data for that to find that information. You can graph people who own versus don't own a car, for instance. Today I'm going to show you how to create a climate graph. After I show you how to do that, I'm sure you'll be able to work out how to create a population pyramid and then work out what other graphs you would create for these two. So to do this, you will need to open Flourish. So all you have to do is just Google Flourish. When you Google Flourish, you'll see it here. You just click on it. Okay, you click Get Started Now. Now, for me, it logs me in straight away. You will have to create an account, okay, but it is free to use. When you create an account, it will log you in. This home page will just show you what you've created in the past. You just click New Visualization. From here, it will show you everything you can create. There's heaps of different things. Now, the one that you want to do is a column and line graph because you're creating a climate graph. Climate graph looks like this. You have two y-axes, one with precipitation, so showing how much rainfall a place gets, as well as another axis that shows you what temperature, and then normally months on the bottom, and so you have both columns and then line, and you'll have a legend to show you which one means which. Okay? So, on Flourish, we'll use our combination and line. But for instance, if you wanted to create the population pyramid, you could create a population pyramid here as well. And if you wanted to create any other type of graph, you will be able to find it here. And you can keep scrolling down and look at other ones as well. So there's heaps of different ones. So all you're going to do is click on the column and line. Now to make it easier for us, Flourish already have data sets put in just to show you what the graph is meant to look like. Now this one's on dwellings and population, so like it's obviously not relevant for us. So we have a preview section on here. The preview section just shows you what the graph will look like. And then we have a data section. The data section is where we put in our own data. Now, I have already given you all the data you need for your maps, but you will have to research your own data for your graphs, okay? That might mean using ABS, the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The ABS will help you in terms of finding information about people and their health disabilities. And it might be able to help you with people who own a car as well as other things about population and demographics. But for a climate graph, you will have to Google it, okay? You'll have to go through each website and try and find the average temperature and the average rainfall for each month for your area. Now, I have done it for Gold Coast. I have found on climatedata.org a weather of average temperature by month and rainfall as well. And this is average between 1991 and 2021. So the reason I create a climate graph is because I can see when people are more susceptible to bushfires based on the temperatures and the rainfall. Okay. So I will need to have this up. Okay. So I'll need to have access to that. And then on Flourish, all I do is I need to change some of these things. So I'm going to use the data set here. Obviously, I'll have to input my data set here. I'll have to delete what's here. So instead of population, it will now be... wait, let me have a look at the actual one I've created. Sorry, yep. It'll be temperature. And then instead of dwellings, it will be precipitation. It's good to also put the units of measurement. So this is in Celsius. This will be in millimeters. Okay, and my periods are in months. Then here you can literally just drag and highlight the data sets that's here and just click backspace to delete it. Now you slowly input your own data, right? So January, February, March, April, June, and so on, okay? And then you input your temperatures as well, and then your precipitation values. After you have done that, just make sure, see these little symbols here, that anything that is a number has the data type that says number. On here for months, see how it says data type, date and time? It's actually a lot easier just to change that to text, okay? Because we don't necessarily have an entire date here. We just have the acronyms, okay? So, after you have inputted all of that, you will go to preview, and when you have clicked preview, it will show you your data here, okay? So, just to show you what it will look like, here is my data set, okay? I inputted all the data in. Make sure as well on this area, your labels and time says A, because that is column A. And your temperature and precipitation says B and C for your values, so it can show you all of those things. Then when you click preview, you will see this. Now I have inputted some extra things. All you will have is just your graph. You will not have your Y and X axes, okay? So when you click X axes here, you will be able to click this button here that says styling, and you'll be able to write your text in. So I've already done it. I've wrote month, so it comes up, because you'll have to have axes labels. You'll be able to go to each y-axis as well. And then for each y-axis, you'll be able to click styling and then write your text. Now, when you write your text, a lot of the time it will show up like this. Okay? That's not very accurate. We need to make sure we click position and click side, so it shows like that. There's heaps of other things you can do. You can change the color of your text. You can change the size as well. The weight of it, if you want it bold or regular. Okay? And we have two y-axes, so you would have to do it for both of them. Your title, you'll need to have a title. You do that in this section that says header. You'll be able to choose where you want your title. The center obviously makes sense. You can have a subtitle as well. So there you go. You can have a border around it too, if you want to. You have a footer. The point of the footer is so you can put your source in, because when you create a graph, you need to tell me what the source is. And also, you have a section called legend. With your legend, it's just showing what the purple represents and what the blue represents. Okay, so that's also important. Now, you can change up the colors as well if you like, by clicking here and changing the color palette if you like. So you could do a green palette. There's heaps of different things you can do. After you have created it, you can click export, and then you can download as an image if you like, and then pop it on your Word document. Okay? Now, if you have any trouble with this, please let me know. It is quite easy to use after you get the hang of it. A lot easier than Excel. Alright, so that's how you create a climate graph. Thank you for watching.